everyone. Welcome to Unplugged and Uplifted. Now, I am your host, Adriel. You know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, talk about your favorite moments. And this is the show where we talk about upcoming artists, especially from this part of the world here in West Africa, Nigeria. So, today, I got a very special guest with me today. He is an acclaimed producer, underground pioneer. I just said pioneer. But it's not in the club. the originator of Afro Garage, the one and only Eniola, the goat. Was good.
I'm honored, man. I'm honored. Thank you. Thank you for the love. I'm honored. I'm mad honored. Glad to be here. I'm honored to be here. I'm honored to be here. When you reached out to me during the week that, oh hey, you want to? I'm like, hell yeah, sure, why not? I'm like, it's amazing, like people like I want to like hear your story, like how far you've been. I've only been in this for like 3 years, bro. I've only been in this for like 3 years.
Just 3 years.
3 years, man. I've only been like when I put boots to ground, it was like January 1st of 23. Now when I put boots to ground, so I'm like, oh hey, let's see where it goes.
It's amazing. Get placements with great. Bro, I'm not even okay. There's a specific question that I want to ask you, but I'll leave it to like the end. But let me start.
All right now.
Let me start with the first question. Who is Eni, and what does Eni do, basically?
Yeah. So Eni is a producer. I'm from Lagos, Nigeria. Eni is a producer. I make majorly like rap, trap. What I make basically is I call it like Nigerian infused world music because like everything at the end of the day is still like 100% Nigerian, whether you're borrowing it from like from the Caribbean or whether it's Arabic, whether it's African, whether it's from the Caribbean, whether it's trap, rap, R&B, house, whatever. It's still Nigerian because I'm the one making it. I call Nigerian infused world music, like 17 to 1. So I'm from Lagos, Nigeria. I'm a songwriter, producer, engineer, all-round producer. So yeah, and I'm the one behind the tag and New Year good.
Can I say that has to be one of the greatest Nigerian producer tags of all time? Like
I'm honored.
No, but for real, like this is not me just glazing, but I feel like the day like your motion gets like to that level, where you're like them SARS and the rest, people are going to be like, oh, this is a good tag. I don't think anybody else will have that kind of tag again. Okay, what's the story behind the tag? Like, is it that you just called a girl to just like, yo, could you say this real quick? I have this idea for a tag, or like, did somebody say it and you're like, wait, let me put that on a beat? Like, how did that happen?
Like that, it was a Sunday, and I was checking. That's actually my cousin. Shout out to my cousin. That's actually my cousin. She reached out to me that like we're talking. I can't remember what the conversation was like, but I kind of like annoyed her. Then she now said it like it was like it was a whole voice note. Then she now said, "I didn't hear good." I was all like, wait, I listened to the voice and I laughed. And I replied, "Now wait, hold up. This actually makes so much sense." I extracted the entire voice notes. I extracted the entire voice, chopped it to where she said it. They slapped in like 3 beats, and he walked through and I said I don't know. I was looking for it. It was like as if God was speaking to me at that point in time because I was looking for a tag at that point in time. Because I was like, what I call myself? Because like any Eniola, I'm like, okay, what I call myself. Then when she said, I'm like, yo, that is like a little bit boisterous, but that's how I am. It's me manifesting into like the world and like, oh, I'm actually becoming good someday. And I'm like in any ramification, I feel like I'm the greatest of all time of myself. Like I'm trying to be the greatest of me. I'm trying to be like because of like become the greatest of all time, like whatever, like maybe it's either rap or whatever, be like the best producer of the world or whatever. I'm just trying to be the best me, basically. and the
Yeah,
best
yeah,
music.
yeah. Shout out to Son of Our D, man. Shout out to him. He's actually a dope. This guy, man. This guy that's like his life. This guy, man. He's sorry, I just went off because I just saw the like. I said, let me mention it. This guy is very good on Bala, blood of Jesus, blood of Jesus. But he does not have any song out. I don't know what's his problem. But yeah, shout out to him. I just had to mention it. Sorry for going off. But anyways, what
Yeah,
else?
shout out to my cousin. Shout out to my cousin. I would like that tag would have never come across.
Guy, shout out to your cousin for you. I
She
legit.
actually stopped me from using my. She actually stopped me from using the tag. Bro. When she realized that I was actually at voice, she stopped me from using the tag. So I had to get other people to sing variants of it. Like
Yeah.
so the original tag was in earlier songs of mine. I might still sprinkle it here and there, but that isn't like most of them is no longer her. It's other people. So I
think
kind
that
of
track. I feel like
Huh?
I think that tracks. I feel like the further you go, you should get more and more people to say it. Like for example, now if you bag one feature with, let's say Marvel or something, if you can get him to say it, wallahi, guy, it will be so good. It will just
yeah,
be,
man. I think
like, but that's by the way though. So moving on, how did you get your stage name? I know it's a short form of Eniola. I'm talking about the
Yeah.
spelling. How? Because for a long time, let me not lie, I was pronouncing your name as 3N.
it's
Wait.
normal. I'm not going to like. Yeah, you're not going to be the first, neither going to be the last person to mention that to me. And
Yeah.
I'm still honored that like you're still calling my name to like like, oh, are you 3N? I'm like, yeah, I'm 3N, man. But like it's not 3N, it's N. I'm always happy to correct people. You know, you can mention my name, but like, oh, you know me. I'm like, I'm honored. So back to your question. I remember I think it was SS3. I was in SS3 prep, night prep. I like doodling. I like to make graphic. I used to make graphic designs of stuff. I just write random things. I used to have this sketchbook. I even have like where like I drew the original Any on my wall somewhere at home. I plastered it on my wall somewhere at home. I probably take a screenshot of it and post it on my studio or something someday. But it's there, like the original manuscript, like the original, like where the idea came from. So I was drawing stuff. I drew like 5 or 6 other things. Then I was like, oh, how can I stylize my name? Then the Any came across. So it was like 3, then the slash diagonal, then I put like an exclamation. I'm like, oh, that's actually fire. Then I just left it there. And I never, went back to it. When I finally started my music video, and I started thinking, like, what would I call myself? I said, oh, Any. And I went, and then he came back to me like, oh, I actually have like a logo that I use for myself because I've always been inspired by people like Alan Walker and Marshmallow. They have logos on it. So like, what would I call myself too? And now there was actually the logo that bore my name. Like I could have actually gone as Eniola, or like the capital letters, but I didn't want to, so I just went with Any, and it was the logo that gave birth to this name. So yeah.
Facts. It seems like everything in your life has led. There's always
To that moment.
Yeah, like one of the like it's but beautiful, man. I love to see it. So you are a producer in the Nigerian music industry,
My heart,
How do you handle things like, when it comes to money, for example? When you send a beat to somebody, or how do you handle things like I'm finding a nice way to put this question so that I don't end up saying nonsense. How do you go about the producer economy? Because let's face it, a lot of producers don't get respected, especially if you're only a producer in Nigeria and all that kind of stuff. Like people tend to rena your wayo, for lack of a better term, or they try to like look down and that kind of stuff, and they'll be like,
yeah,
don't worry, just send the beat, I will send you your money and stuff like that. So how do you deal with how people treat? Although it's better now, like it's better now because back then around that kind 20 what they call it, another kind 2014 like that, like post before 2018. Like record producers were not getting recognition like that. If you're a producer and you're big, like you have to be famous, like super famous. So that kind of stuff. So now, how do you see the producer economy going, and where do you think, now that producers are coming into the limelight more and are having more ground and all that kind of stuff? They are almost getting as much love as artists now and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, how do you see it going, and what are your thoughts basically?
Well, um, like there's this adage that goes like, where if Muhammad goes to go to the mountain will go to Muhammad, or whatever, like how it said. Like I hope like the message being passed through. Um, Nowadays, you're only do yourself a disservice if you wait for people to recognize you. You have to give yourself the flowers. You have to give yourself the recognition that you need, so that people will see it and appreciate who you are. And that was also another thing that I looked at. I was like, do I want to be someone that just produces behind the scenes, or I want to be out there? I still want to be out there, so I want to be also called an artist, and it worked, and it worked for me very well. A lot of people think that I sing or I rap, whatever, but I do not. So I have like said, oh, that's not my voice. So that I just make the beat that is there. So while like you still get a lot of getting used to some new fans that don't know that I don't sing or rap or whatever. It's still nice to like get recognized that, oh, your name did there now, should you sing me? Like, no. So, and a lot of people that are out there, people like Metro Boomin, DJ Khaled, that have paved the way to stop to like this artist producer niche kind of thing, where either you're like a producer turning into an artist, whether you're vocal or not vocal, just make peace like on the side, or you are an artist turned you're a producer but like a vocalist, basically someone like you, someone like Kemwell, someone like someone like Ed Sheeran, like the playlist that sometimes they make their music like holistically them. Then there are people like Young John or like ETLJ that can actually like sing or rap, or like like primarily producers. So like we've become a lot more exposed as a people, and we are also evolving as human beings in music, or whether in technology, whatever. We'll just continue evolving, and we always keep on wanting more. So we always keep on looking for more avenues to like show ourselves. For either it's for cloud, either it's for money, either for opportunities. So when I first started, I knew like I asked myself that question. I said that I don't want to be someone like them. I mean, I can produce for people, but I wanted to be someone that like I could work with people. Someone like I could work with you. Like my name will be out there, like, oh, I put my name as the producer, as the artist, and that's what I wanted, and that's the reason why like, and I started out at the beats, with beats, started putting out beats out there, I started to work with people, started to release music as a solo, as an artist with, as an artist and an artist producer with other people. So, and it's been an amazing journey so far. I've worked with majorly Muna, Sketchy makes beats. Worked with Majorly Muna, Sketchy, Butterscotch, Teju. We have a lot of songs by the way. And I've worked with people outside the borders of Nigeria, which is still amazing to me. So it goes to show how much you can put yourself out there. How much you can get, put yourself out there. So yeah. Putting yourself out there is a huge plus to anybody who thinks that it is not. You should put yourself out there, don't just be behind the scenes. And also, like when it comes to like money wise, I've never really had a situation where I don't get paid. I've had it once or twice where like the money stalled, and the money stalled, and but like generally I generally work with people that that respect I work with people that respect the craft as much as the business. So I might have like a little of hate, I don't get paid in the respected time frame, but I still get paid at the end of the day. So it's still all still understandable at the end of the day. I've never had like a situation where, but I know like as you go old, as you go like upward, like sort of an upward trajectory, you're supposed to like see a lot of more characters. Like I said, I'm just see a lot of more bullshit from people, whether it's sole persons or organizations, trying to like make people love or being like being bureaucratic. So yeah, you have to like just know how to maneuver your way, and every situation is unique. So yeah, I just hope that like it's not like as much or it doesn't happen at all, and we all get paid and we all get compensated for whatever art is out there, whether it's you yourself or other people that are representing you. So,
I get you, man. That was a deep insight. I don't know. Let's talk about the current how will I call it? I don't want to use the word new age, and I also don't want. I think underground does the most justice to call it the current underground wave that is happening right now with the likes of people that are spearheading it, or people, basically those guys, Marvel, Tensky, Artago, and the likes of them. Like, how do you feel about what is happening in Nigeria? Because let's know that we had this a long time coming for underground artists to finally, for people to finally like, oh wait, what's going on in the underground scene? Because I think this is the first time in Nigerian history where we are interested in guys that have not made it yet. Like a couple years back, things were like that kind of stuff. Oh, now upcoming artist, that was the term. But now it's like, okay, they call you underground, there's more respect, you understand, that kind of thing. So how do you feel about the new wave that is happening right now with a lot of indie artists finally popping up, and people are finally realizing, oh, I can do this thing on my own even if I'm in Nigeria? Because I think the message for a long time was you can't be indie in Nigeria because of economic hardship and all of that. But now it's starting to happen, and I find it ironic. It's happening in one of the worst political eras in this country. But nevertheless, what do you think about what's going on right now with the new wave?
Well, funny how some of these pioneers have come out, have crossed paths with them when were all like before they are what they have come across paths with quite a number of them. Alright, hi. So
there will be that.
Nah, man. So it's amazing, though. It's amazing. Like I said, it's actually ironic that it's happening in a time where a lot of things are happening now. I just feel that it should not only spread to like the rap scene. And I feel like the rap scene actually needs it the most, because the rap scene is very highly underappreciated in the Nigerian scene generally, but more specifically in the Nigerian scene. So it happening to the rap scene is pretty, it's very contrasting.
Yeah,
it's very, very contrasting. That like there's not like an underground Afrobeat scene, an underground rap scene, but like the mainstream rap isn't like popping off. Like the old heads are like very like very quiet these days. Illbliss, Philo, or like Alam is the only one I know like is very much like still active, still drops music here and there. It's like the most popular of all of them. Philo still drops music here and there, but it's not as popular as it was before. But like now that we have a very big influx of underground rap artists that are going out there. It's amazing that like they're getting a lot of love from people that are like in between, people that are up there coming down to like support and work with them. Black it's crazy.
Like,
it's crazy. I was same art I met like last year. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Very crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It happens like that. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. But like, what I just wish is that like we have a lot more underground scenes for other genres of music, pop, I mean, I don't think, I don't, that's the thing, I don't even know if there's any pop artists in Nigeria.
Well,
Like,
funny
primarily
enough,
pop
I
artists.
think I
Primarily
think
pop artists.
to be sure, if the way I see it is, but Afrobeat is our pop music. Do you
Ah,
get?
fair enough. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
so we don't really need a pop. But I get what you're saying when you say pop in terms of sound, but like we don't really need that kind of thing because Afrobeat is already serving the this thing of
Pop,
pop
yeah.
artists.
So we do need someone like maybe like an underground Afrobeat scene. They're more niche genres. I came across, I came across this genre. My former manager wanted me to, tap into it, and I'm still tapped into it, but I have like a couple of stuff that's like out, like very adjacent to it. It's called, I think they'll call it like Afro rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tayo Creek, Clay Rock Su, Granity San. Those are kind of people that know like they make that kind of music, but like it's not out there. There were some people that supported the music, but like at the end of the day, it's we that the consumers that that will tell you that, oh, how far back they like the music go. Then if the investment is not investing, they're all going to pull out. So at the end of the day, it's still like the music is still also a business, and you not put your eggs in the failing ship. So we still have a long way to go. And while I'm happy that like a scene is going out there, like we are still getting seen. I'm happy that we're still getting seen, but like I wish we like a lot more areas that we're seeing. I saw this tweet the other day where like the same love that arts, Egerton, Scotty, Wavestar, Tensky are getting, she gives people like Bry, and other people like that. So I really agree with it. Like when I saw it, I was like, wow, like this actually made a lot of sense. That like this made a lot of sense, and it came to me like, oh, that's actually true. There are not a lot of people that support this particular genre of music, and it made a lot of sense to me. Made a lot of sense to me. I'm like, there should be a lot more love. And if you're like, yeah, if you're like on the ground and like the funds aren't there, it's not like I see. It's not everybody's going to be a people camp. Nobody's going to be a people camp. Nobody's going to be like they have like that money to like express themselves in that kind of way. And shout out to Rico Camp, an amazing artist, and he had a lot of backing because of people. But it's not everybody that has that leverage to be able to like spend that, like invest that much. Some people have to survive, and it's not going to be that easy for them. And that is now them that are now being the scapegoats. When rap has gone like up there, it's now those kind of people, Dre for your soul, people like Dre for your soul, that you get that kind of stick. Basically, that oh, we did this singer, we go, like was go to rap or something like it can be saddening sometimes. Or I just hope and wish for those kind of people that you just keep their head up, and if your audience, you find your audience, it might just be like three people, like, but you find your audience and like 3 people become 7 become 20. And it might not start, and all your takes is one person to relate to your music, and that one person really, and that one person finds people that relate to that particular kind of music, and it's up from there.
Yeah, that's a very, very solid take.
Yeah.
So back to the question that I wanted to ask you. So this is for my own personal selfish interest, because I've never come to ask you, and I have always felt one. Let's talk about Wavestar. I'm very sure you know where this is going. How did you get that placement with Wavestar? How did that happen?
So, long story short, Tejo and Wavestar are friends.
Oh,
Yeah. Long story short, Tejo and Wavestar are friends. So, and Places was a song that changed a lot of our lives. I'm not going to lie, in many ways than one. It changed my life. I'm not going to even lie. And for a song that actually hits, yeah, I hated it and I began to like it. I'm like, why is it that particular song? And I began to appreciate the fact that I made that song. I uh, One thing led to another. Wavestar saw it. Even somewhere deep down in sound in on Snapchat, there's a Wavestar sound where it was actually rapping over places with somewhere on Snapchat. I can dig out the sound. I think I saved it or something. I saved it, I guess. Then Wavestar reached out. Teju reached out with Wavestar reached out to Teju to the Alpha. Wavestar said I like this thing. Boom, 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 boom. We talk on Snapchat, moved to WhatsApp, tried to work on it, said I want to be for his album, boom, boom, boom. Sent him the idea, he fucked with it, boom, boom, boom. I finished the beat, and yeah, that's even the full beat. The full was like 3 minutes, just cut it to half because like it was an outing track, and it's a lot more different from like the majority of like the majorly drill album, which it makes my own like a breath of fresh air when like it came to my mind like, oh wow. When I see the full tape later before he dropped it like on DSPs, I was like, oh, this nah. The fact that was the only track that like sounded a lot more different. Like I have one and the 150, 100 and I'll check now, but I think 150k plus streams later.
Yeah, because that genuinely felt like the best ending to a mixtape ever, because I came across the mixtape before I met you, like on TikTok.
Oh.
Yeah, because the mixtape came out before we started talking. I listened to the mixtape from end to finish. When we now started talking on TikTok, I didn't even know you were the one that did the ending. That's when you now posted it one time, I was like, wait, and I quickly checked the Spotify credits. I was like, yeah, guy, I freaked out. I was like, yo,
someone that has, and that was like my first. That was my first. That was like the first year, like 2024. The first year to work with us. That was like I got two placements. That was with Koda, and then Wavestar. So it has been very crazy. I'm not gonna even lie, like 24, 25, 26, like
yeah. I'm excited.
I can't complain. It was just and like there's still more stuff on the way. We haven't really by the end. We haven't really worked much, but I know that like something will still like make us cross paths again. Maybe like 2 more songs. I still plan on meeting him to clear. This is an exclusive, by the way. I'm meeting him to clear his verse so I can put it on places. So that will come out like as a remix, something like an alternate mix where like all people that like are inspired to like that because all the beats that like you write from places were inspired by places. So Westy was inspired by places. Someone reached out to me on this same TikTok that that stuff like something like this. I sent it to him. I made it for Sketchy actually. Me and Sketchy never actually used it. I sent it to Sketchy Alpha. I'll send it to someone in Kenya. I said fine. I sent it to him and he had one. Then then places was the end was also like inspired by places. And if you listen to all places, Westy, the end, and Mystery Girl, Elijah and I, they are like specific elements that I pull from every single one of them that leads back to places. So that's that reason why like I hold like that another reason why I don't even put all my other songs have like you can hear my creator tag on them. I don't put any of my tags on stuff that I bought from this because like that it's me. If you dip me very well, that it's me. That is why I don't put that. I wanted to put my tag on the end. I was like, no, people will soon come to notice that it's me. That I'm the one that made that. That's why I didn't. So and yeah, man, people will call me like a pioneer of some sort, like mixing garage and like Nigerian influences, and I'm honored, very much honored.
I cannot wait to see what else you will get cooking on. So I promise not to take much of your time, and I think I'm gonna end the interview right here. But before we go, if you had one song that you would love, or you would say, this is the song that represents me, Like anybody that does not know you, anybody that's never heard of you, like if you could suggest them, okay, if you listen to this song, you understand everything that I'm all about. What song would that be?
That would be wow. Never even thought of it. Never even thought of it. But like off the dome, the first song that came to my off the dome, the first one that came to my head was like Battle Fever.
Oh, crazy! Why?
Cause the law is when I finished, I made this beat on this phone. This phone I leave here when I help. Yeah, this I've made like hella music, band lab. It's crazy. So it's crazy. Band lab, people studio mobile. It's crazy. So
shout out to Band Lab, man, saving careers. Like, bro,
I'm not going to lie. It's brought me from a place. Like, if I didn't have Band Lab, I probably won't be where I am today. I know that for a fact. I want to have made Alive and Stray and Places. I won't have made Alive and Stray. Places is a loop. Is a bunch of loops that I made on back. I'm still going to show the process of it. I've just not found the time to say, oh, I want to do a breakdown of all the songs I've made to where I am right now. I haven't just found the time yet. So back to what I was saying. I made a lot of people on Band Lab. When I first made the beats, I only had like the verse and the chorus down. I sent to Sketchy. I said Sketchy Alpha do something with it. He sent like a couple of beats that I just mixed around. Then I did not know how to continue with the beats. That was the first time I ever placed like a beat block. Then one random day I was coming home from school. Then the idea came. And it felt like a rush of everything basically. Like a rush of everything, and I just opened FL Studio on my phone, said the idea. I took like 20 minutes to finish. I sent it straight to Muna. I gave it to Muna initially. Not like this incomplete, that finishes. And like when I now finished, like after like 30 minutes, I finished. I was walking home. I sat down. I got home. I sat down. I kept on making videos. So I finished. I think I finished like shortly after Maghrib. I finished. I sat down. I was like, yes, this is finished. Since Moon and that was the end, and Alarufi was born. Alarufi was the first song that we both recorded, that we made the song for Alarufi Fever. Then shortly after Party Rider, then Mosemis was born. We made a bunch more songs together. Then Deluxe was born too as well. And I'm honored to have worked with Muna and Sketchy as well. Sketchy is one of my. I tell him a lot. Sketchy is one of my mentors, because if not for him, I probably wouldn't have known as many things I have known to be. And like he was very open to working with me. Like that was like one of the very things that was working with me. And that was like the first physical person I met that we worked on this together. So we have a bunch of stuff together. We don't work we still work, but the things that we are still very good friends. We still exchange beats and stuff like that. But it's not like before where it's school. You just enter school. It's not an architecture student. I just enter a studio. Have far more make beats, set up. 30 minutes. I'll give him this thing. I'll give him an idea. He have dropped it back. I've dropped it back again. Dropped it back. I've made beats. I have different stories like that of me and Sketchy, and 95% of all the beats that we've made have been placed. So
that's crazy, man. Well, man, thank you so much for the interview, man. I really, really appreciate it.
I'm honored. I could still. I really don't want to take much of my time, but I could still go on and thank you.
No, definitely. I'm honored. Definitely.